Are we good? Are we live? I would like to think that we're live, ladies and gentlemen. This is probably one of my earlier streams that I've done in quite a while. But I kind of wanted to talk about this because this is a big thing that's happening for the game of No Man's Sky. And as someone who played the game at launch and has kind of stuck with, pretty much I stopped playing it like a little while after it was out, somewhere in maybe maybe early 2017, and I kind of fell off the map for the game a little bit. But then I came back to the game because they kept updating it. The team stuck with the game. So today they've released their latest patch, which they say is a small step towards, doing more things for this game. And since I got you guys right here, I'm just making sure that everything looks good. We're going to go through the patch notes because, this is a hefty patch. It is 10 gigs, 10 plus gigs on PlayStation right now. The update is live. The Origins update is now live, and we're going to go through these patch notes right now. So, Origins, introducing Update 3.0. Update 3.0, Origins, dramatically expands the universe of No Man's Sky, explore a stranger, richer, and more varied universe, with deeper planetary diversity, dramatic new terrain, a host of new creatures, new weather conditions, colossal buildings, and much more. Our journey continues. And up here, right here, you got the launch trailer. Let me turn that up for you guys. They've really gone above and beyond for this. Really gone above and beyond for this game. You got these bug creatures. You got what looks to be like one of those, you remember the Trade Federation ships from Star Wars, and they have like the orb part of that ship before it goes into space? Yeah, that's exactly what that looks like to me. And we got these different looking trees. I see these trees. I wonder what else has been added. I am so anxious to read through these patch notes. And then once I'm done doing the patch notes, oh yeah, we're definitely going to be playing No Man's Sky. I'm definitely going to be live streaming it because I am ready to, look at this, you have space creatures now out in space now. I still haven't gotten to the point where I can make my own mech, but yeah, you got lava planets, you got planets with volcanoes. Look, I gotta say, applause to the team at Hello Games for all the hate that they got, for all of the disdain, for all of the bad comments, the death threats, everything that happened to them losing their studios, and people saying like, wow, this is trash, and this negative stuff that was sent to the devs of Hello Games and Sean Murray. For all of that, and they stuck with their games for 3 years, constantly releasing update upon update upon update upon update upon update without charging a single cent of any of it. Literally everything that they've done for this game has been free. And for them to make another update to bring it more in line with their overall vision of way back when in E3 of 2016, for them to not only give us that, but say like, we're gonna keep going from here, it's like, what dev sticks with their game despite all the negativity that goes towards it? They don't throw none of that negativity out that says, okay, we understand, it's all good, okay, we're gonna stick with it. And most people just pretty much tune them out. Pretty much just tuned them out because they thought that they wasted their $60. At the time, I can understand how it felt that way, but this team has stuck with this game for 3 years straight. And sure, there have been silence, but it's been silence because they've been working, not silence because they haven't listened to anybody or they choose to tune everyone out. They've been silently working in the background, only releasing... Ah, there you are, CJ. What's going on, CJ? And Francisco Bueno. It's good to see you here as well. But they stuck with this game, and it is... The game is great. The game is great now. And with this Origins update, I am looking forward to what it's going to be introducing. So, let's go and get to the patch notes because I haven't even gotten into it. New planets. Existing solar systems have birthed new planets, creating millions of untouched new worlds to explore. So you got this world right here. Then you got then you got planets with volcanoes on it, planets with giant dead trees, and planets that look like giant crystalline or coral-like structures here in this other section. Binary and ternary stars. Some rare systems are now home to multiple stars, creating stunning new patterns in the sky. So now... Like I said, you got different stars. It's not just like one singular sun off to the side. No, you can have multiple ones in one system. So that's cool. Dramatic landscapes. These new worlds have vast sweeping terrain. Their mountains and vistas are on a colossal new scale, giving shape to more dramatic, awe-inspiring scenery than ever before. Whilst flora, fauna, and atmospheric conditions have changed throughout the universe, existing worlds will retain their old character, allowing player bases to remain undisturbed. Which is great because people have made like fantastic new bases and gigantic structures as far as this game is concerned. And I can understand people wondering about if their stuff is going to remain intact. Like, I literally saw that in one of their Twitter posts. Like, people were kind of worried that if too much was changed in the game, or if there was, like, a bug in the game, then people would just lose all their experience. And people have spent countless hours, maybe even days, weeks, months, just building up massive bases to show off to people. So for them to say that, don't worry, your existing world that you've made stuff on, existing worlds that you've been to, those are fine, so you don't need to worry about anything you've made on that planet being changed. Moving on. And here we got our favorite Gek. The Gek are by far the best race of any space race in No Man's Sky. User interface refresh. Interface and menus have been totally overhauled with new colors and styles for a fresh new aesthetic. So now everything, look, you got normal, survival, permadeath, and creative. So now it's... What about mining? Does it have asteroid mining or other such things? CJ, I haven't... If you can look off to the side of the screen here, and you can see like the scroll bar off to the side, we are still at the top of this patch note list. So there's still so much to go through. Oh, I cannot wait to start streaming this game. So you can look here, normal, survival, permadeath, and creative. So the interface is a lot more sleek than it just being like... bars here, but this one is a lot more, I want to say, what is the right word? What is the right word to describe the way these menus looks? A lot more, I wouldn't say sleek, but I want to say more inviting to, you know, what is the word? What is the word? I am missing the word right now. What is the word? I'm not going to continue until I figure this word out. What is it? What is it? They look a lot more, well, the aesthetic feels brand new and fresh rather than it just being bars that says like, hey, you have save slots, hey, play game or join game, and it's just words on there. They have refined. That's better. That's better. Thank you, CJ. Thank you. But everything looks better now, and it's just like, oh my goodness, I can't wait to go into this. User interface, like it looks like this. Like, gone is the way that our menu used to look before. They've streamlined the way everything looks now. Now, of course, it may not seem that much, but I notice it right here. Like, here where it says units and nanites and quicksilver, those menus have been changed. And it's a lot less, oh, you got a big old bright screen and we got a whole bunch of little itty-bitty colors here. No, they kind of streamlined it so everything looks a little bit better from here on in. And then we have the interface of the scope, and we have the interface with your multi-tool. Everything looks good to me. Everything looks really nice. I am really hoping that we get more customization when it comes to ships and multi-tools, so we can really make our ships our own, rather than we have to find a specific ship that's a specific color, that has specific parts on it, just to say like, hey, this ship, this is it right here. Richer diversity. New life has been breathed into every planet in the universe. A huge range of never-before-seen planetary flora and curiosities have been poured. Sorry if I miss a couple of words. I got the chat off to the side here, so that way I can see what you guys are saying while I'm also reading through this. Seen planetary flora and curiosities have been poured into the universe. Countless strange new combinations are out there awaiting discovery. So everything that we've encountered thus far, I'm sure we come across the occasional tree that has the same bulbs, that is also like solar ruthenium or whatever the element is, on, you know, like desert planets here and there. But now we got new customizations on what to find. Like, look at this. This game has become a lot more photo mode worthy. I mean, it already was with the last massive patch that they released. But I'm really looking forward to just seeing just how diverse a world we can encounter and take photos of. Oh my goodness, my photo mode Discord channel is definitely gonna have a lot more of these photos in here. Like, gaseous planets have like these fume, like, and there's clouds, people. Clouds have been fixed. Clouds have diversity, but we'll get to that when we get to it. I cannot wait to get to this planet here where it's just barren and it's hot and there's just lava on there. I cannot wait to see what this game looks like when we start playing it. Alien fauna. Discover strange new species of fauna. This alien wildlife can be encountered roaming the terrain, rolling along it, or even burrowing through it. Ladies and gentlemen, remember those big giant space worms that they showed during their little display back in E3 of 2016? We got space worms now. And all may be harvested for edible produce. So, yeah, there's going to be giant... Look at this! Look at this. I can't even zoom into that picture right there, but the first photo on the left right here, what is that? Space manatee sea cow things? And then we got these different creatures here in the middle that kind of remind me of the bugs from Starship Troopers. And then you got these other creatures, dune worms, yes. Then you got these other creatures floating here along this lava volcano planet. Oh my goodness, I am excited to see what is next. Then you got a stormtrooper just running through here on Mustafar. Cloud and weather variety. For everyone saying, constantly coming down on the developers saying that, we need the clouds to be fixed. Clouds need to be fixed. Please fix clouds. Clouds are glitched out. I'm waiting for that cloud variety. It's here! Cloud and weather variety. Cloud rendering quality has been significantly improved, and the range of cloud cover has been expanded, creating more variety between clear skies and overcast planets. So right here, I want to say, this is how clouds look beforehand. No. This is how clouds are. This is how clouds are for overcast. And this is how clouds are for clear skies. So there's like a significant difference on how clouds are going to be. It's no longer just like, oh, just fly up in the sky and it's just like light clouds and then space. No, there's going to be different variety of clouds, of which I cannot wait to see once we get into the game itself. Wow, I got a bunch of people in here. What's going on, everybody? How you doing? All right, cloud coverage and color now varies over time, and the clouds seen from space now match the current atmospheric conditions of the planet below. Which means that the way you see clouds from space is exactly how the clouds are when you go to the planet itself. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. Marshes. Different types of biomes now. A number of fertile planets have formed swamps and marshes, thick with mist and luminous fungal growths. So now we got swamp planets. And I can imagine that this little hut right here, this has to be an I don't know if this is completely randomized. Well, the game is completely procedural. But what are the odds that you get a fungal planet with a little stone hut here off to the side? Is there? A Jedi lives there, he does. Increased color variety. The palette of colors for planetary generation has been increased, creating more possible variations than ever before. We haven't even reached the 25% mark of these patches. There's still stuff here. Yeah, Dagobah. And we got mushroom planets, but the variety of colors and different landscapes now, it's gonna look so much good. That's not good English, but it's gonna look so much good. I can't wait to go to these planets. Improved teleporters. The teleporter interface has been improved. The UI is now consistent with the Space Anomaly teleporter, and now offers more information available about the target planet or system prior to warp. Ooh, that's nice to get a little preview of the place you're going to. It is nice. Ryuma Base, Hogbear Colony, Yopsun Sling Outpost, Parker Post, Cobalt Palace. So much variety. I can't wait for this. And then going through here, oh boy. I wonder what new upgrades that you could possibly have for this. Sure, this is an Origins upgrade, which is making the game more in line with the vision that they had for the game at the time during 2016. But I wonder if this also adds new upgrades and stuff for your ship. I'm kind of curious about that. Photo mode. Photo mode has been revamped with new filters and increased control over clouds, fog, vignettes, and depths of field. So, you know what I was saying about photo mode? Yeah, they've kind of improved on that as well. So now you can get even better photos with everything. Colossal archive buildings. Enormous buildings have risen on planetary horizons, creating new hubs of alien life. These huge vaults are repositories of data, treasure, and directions to long-forgotten ruins. Yo, giant ancestral bases. Historical stories. Visit the Colossal Archive buildings to uncover new cultural and literary histories hidden away by ancient alien civilizations. So now these huge giant buildings are... Like, you remember when people were saying, we need cities. Well, this is a step in the right direction, because these ginormous buildings have aliens there, which you can go to find out, I don't know, stuff about the Gek, the Korvax, and the Vy'keen, and whatever alien species are out there. We now can go to the Jedi Archives, the planetary Jedi Archives, to find out more. You're on your school bus, thought I'd drop by. Juicy, what is going on? Just reading through these patch notes. Infestations. A number of planets have become infested with anomalous life forms and vegetative growths. Take extreme caution while exploring such planets. Yo, in precursors, ancient aliens. Yes, we got infected planets now. First, we have Warframe giving us an infected planet, open world moon to visit, and now we got No Man's Sky giving us whole planets with vegetative growths and overgrown life forms and whatever is there. Yo, I cannot wait to visit some of these planets. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be so much fun. New lighting conditions. The range of atmospheric illumination has been broadened, generating more unique combinations of lighting conditions on planets. So now, the lighting, like the feel of being on planets is going to feel different because of the way the atmospheric lighting looks here. Now, I can't click on these other images to zoom in, but you get like a good feeling of how it's going to behave once we get into the game itself. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this. Anomalous buildings. Abandoned and ancient settlements can be discovered on dead or anomalous planets, increasing the range of planets available for missions and exploration. So, remember, for those of us who play No Man's Sky a lot, there are times when you can come across an old planet, a glitched out planet, if you will, and it'll just be like, I don't know, floating hexagonal pieces, or a planet full of bubbles, or planet full of gold or whatever, where there's no civilization whatsoever. Well, now these rare glitched out planets are going to show like signs of life, ancient civilizations and materials and whatnot, and all sorts of different things that we can encounter. More than likely, I'm probably going to play this on creative mode because I want to see the whole whole scope of what to offer without having to worry about dipping into either my main game's finances or resources. I can just play creative mode and we can see everything from there, everything that the game has to offer. Blixer, what is going on? Welcome to the patch notes stream of No Man's Sky's Origin Update. So I can't wait to visit these anomalous planets and see just what there is to discover, and not just, just go there and it's just scan one random life form, get your perk from there, and then leave the planet, and there's not much else. It'll be interesting to see the type of settlements and stuff we will encounter. Volcanoes. Tectonic disruption has stimulated the molten core of some planets, giving rise to active volcanic mountains. Volcano worlds. Mustafar is becoming a more and more possible thing in this game. Firestorms. Storms on Storms on extreme temperature worlds now sometimes ignite fire on the planet's surface. So there have been planets in No Man's Sky where it's just like, oh, firestorm coming up. Just very hot. It's just very hot. No, now on extreme temperature planets, if the planet is hot, it is capable of literally causing giant firestorms on the surface of the planet itself. I'm getting mad vibes from that one section of Ghost of Tsushima near the end of the game. But the fact that going on these extreme planets is like going to be dangerous now, because now it's going to be setting things on fire. Also, fire! Fire! When have we ever seen the concept of fire in No Man's Sky? And it's not just an after effect of your weapon going off. No, it's an actual tangible thing in No Man's Sky now. I can't remember when we've ever seen fire by itself on a planet. I think this is the first time we are seeing fire itself on the planet. Yes. Thank you, yes. Storm gameplay effects. Advancements in exosuit and multi-tool technology enable beneficial effects from storms. Wait, beneficial effects from being in storms? I thought we only had like upgrades that made it so we could, survive storms, but now there's going to be beneficial effects. Blizzards allow you to mine for longer with a cooled mining beam. Ooh, that's going to be useful. Sprint further in toxic storms with assistance from exosuit gas processing technology. Benefit from increased jetpack efficiency in superheated atmospheres, and mine additional substances during times of high radioactivity. So now there are massive benefits from being on very dangerous, hostile weather planets now. New items and crafting. Yes. I wonder if there's a world similar to the comics versions of Sakaar in this game. Only one way to find out. New items and crafting. Crafting has been streamlined, with a number of rarely used items trimmed to reduce inventory clutter. Other frequently used items have had their inventory stack size increased. Inventory items now can be stacked even further. New caches of resources may now be found underground, ready to dismantle into usable parts. So we have Shattered Amplifier, I don't know what that is. Pulsating gel something. Discovery data, solar mirror, magnetic resonator, amino chambers, hydraulic wiring, and quantum components. I'm going to say that's components. But more crafting parts. Enhanced terrain detail. Explore more visually pleasing landscapes with enhanced terrain rendering. So, alright, from this little video here, this looks to be like what the terrain looked like beforehand. And now they've added more definition. Now they've added more definition to environments as a whole. Yo, this is nice. Everything's going to look more aesthetically pleasing. So let me move this over. Noise, normal, height, and specular maps are now used, and blending between geometry normals and tile normals have been improved, contributing to more detailed terrain, especially at long distances. So, I'm pretty sure this means that no more do we have to worry about going on a planet and then the terrain of the planet takes at least like 5 feet before it decides to pop in the detail. No, it's going to be able to do that from a distance now. Now, I can't wait to see how this does on a console, because mind you, PC functionality and console functionality are two separate things, and one can function a lot better than the other. But I'm anxious to see how that's going to happen when we get into the game itself. Alright, enhanced planet quality. On PC, the ultra setting for planet quality has been upgraded, improving the appearance and detail of grass and flora at a distance. So like I was saying, PC gets options that make it so that draw distance can be manipulated even all the way up to ultra, so that way it can render it at a far greater distance, rather than it just being like, oh, you have just this option here, and then you boost it on ultra and you can see it at a far greater distance, which in turn gives you a much higher quality range to look at. Alright, exploration guide. The mission log now features a location information register. We are just now slightly passing the halfway mark for the patches. Features a local information register, providing detailed information about the current system or planet. The log also assists explorers to track down the full range of... What? The log also assists explorers to track down the full range of fauna, flora, and minerals to discover on each planet. Okay, so... Here, exploration guide, explore Indigo Omega incandescent planet. Creatures discovered, 6 of 7. Flora documented, 8 of 19. Minerals analyzed, 6 of 15. And then it shows you the weather, its approximate age, its atmosphere, its primary core element, geology, and other notes. And it's just like, it's making it easy and much better for us to, you know, get information from the planet that we're on. It makes it a lot easier to understand rather than just being... I hope this also means that it's easier to find flora and fauna on a planet, especially fauna, because it took me a while to get that last trophy in order to platinum the game, and finding every single fauna on every planet up to a certain degree. So hopefully this means that it'll make it easier for us to find animals on planets themselves, for those of you who haven't platinumed the game and really want that zoology trophy. Portal interference lifted. Travelers may now slip through portals and explore their destination freely with no portal interference. An infinite universe has become more accessible. Wow. So we no longer need to worry about portals just glitching out on us, and this is gameplay glitching out, like narratively wise and gameplay wise glitching out, and like have a random moment where it can put you in a place where it cannot, where it would not be beneficial to you. Now we can explore our destination freely with no portal interference. Wait a minute, does that also mean that we no longer need like a whole bunch of materials to actually activate a portal? We can just actually go in there whenever we want? Free? For free? Yo, oh, hold on. It doesn't actually say that, so I may be hyping this up a little bit too much, but we gotta find this out. We gotta find this. I gotta find this out. Then we got these Trade Federation floating spires. Meteors! We can now see meteors crash on the planet. There are now meteor showers. Meteoroids can be observed crashing through the atmosphere of planets. Exploring has now become a lot less peaceful and a lot more strenuous. Because if you're playing permadeath and you get killed by a stray meteor, that's all she wrote. Meteoroids can be observed crashing through the atmosphere of planets, witness brilliant meteor showers, or lone shooting stars streaking across the sky, but be careful not to get too close, because that can end your permadeath run real quick. Gravitational anomalies. What? Gravitational anomalies? Anomalous planets can exhibit sudden gravitational shifts, allowing dramatic flights through a low-gravity environment. So, these rare, anomalous, glitched-out planets can have moments where the gravity just decides to no longer work, and you can, at times, just float through the air freely. Yo, these planets are going to be a lot more... It's going to be a lot cooler to go out there and find now. Tornadoes. There are tornadoes. Tornadoes. Hold on. You're introducing too much for me to handle right now. What is going on? What are you doing? Tornadoes. Powerful tornadoes now spiral across planets during the strongest storms, scooping up any unfortunate fauna or explorers who cross their path. Note to self, stay away from space tornadoes. Wow. Wow. This is sick. This is really sick. I love this. Can you say for free? In the Bedtime Stories movie, I remember that movie. That whenever I see something for free, that scene always plays off in my head. For free? Lightning! Okay, they're really going above and beyond and just putting so much variety. First, we get meteor showers, gravitational anomalies on planets, tornadoes, and now we get lightning strikes. Lightning. Storms now split the sky with powerful bolts of lightning. Enjoy the spectacle, but avoid getting struck. Like I said, you can either die if you have a permadeath run. Be very careful, because now you got not only meteors, but you also got volcano planets having firestorms that will literally raise the planet in fire. You got tornadoes, and now you got lightning strikes. Permadeath just became a lot harder now. Now you gotta be careful of the storms you run into. Alright, what's next? Planetary NPC encounters. Black market traders piloting their ships across planets will now sometimes land on the planetary surface. Explorers can approach these dealers to browse their selection of contraband technology upgrades. So people were saying, people were wanting, people were desiring to see aliens land on planets and walk around. Now they can. Just NPCs will just be flying through space and just land. It's no longer at settlements where they'll just touch down. It's no longer just in, like, space stations where they'll just touch down. They'll now actually just touch down randomly on planetary surfaces, regardless if it has, like, a platform for them to land on or not. Which means planetary life! I'm sorry, I might be hyping this up way too much, but I'm just excited, peoples, because I'm looking forward to what this is. The space station scrap dealer will now exchange pugnium for their own selection of black market goods. So, that means that taking out Sentinels now has a far greater purpose, because there are people who specialize in buying the remains of Sentinel parts that you come across. Discovery menu improvements. Oh wow, the discovery page now offers tools to filter, sort, and hide visited systems. Ooh, they made it so much better. Other improvements include more detailed information to help locate planetary creatures and more easily accessible information about your planetary bases. Oh, so now you can see this type of species of animals, how rare it is, where you can find it, whether it's on the ground, always active, stuff like that. Found on planet Indigo Omega, sweltering in the baking heat, nervous and flighty, these creatures exist in a constant state of nervous excitement, ready to flee at the first sign of danger. They root through the undergrowth in search of food, chewing at the heads of ripe grasses. Additional observation can change colors. So there's multi-tool upgrades. Yes, my bae. Can upgrade, yo, we can do it now. We can finally upgrade the class of our multi-tool. It used to be where we can only do that for our ship, where they introduced that. Now we can do that for our multi-tool, or expand its technology capacity. We no longer have to search for S-class multi-tools anymore, because we can upgrade them to be S-class. You no longer have to get rid of the multi-tool that you've stuck with since the beginning in favor of one with higher stats, and you never see that multi-tool again. Now you can upgrade your existing ones that you've grown attached to. You can upgrade them and increase their technology capacity, which means that any gun can be upgraded with any number of upgrades. I wonder how wide does the technology upgrades go, because there are a number, I feel like there are a finite number of inventory spaces that you can have for your multi-tool, but I am excited to take my regular rinky-dink little multi-tool and upgrade it to an S-Class. Like I said, I'm probably going to play on creative just to see how expansive this is, rather than play on my normal game, just so we know the limits of this with, you know, no restraint. So I'm looking forward to this. Multi-tool upgrades. Visit the multi-tool upgrade station on space stations to upgrade the class of your multi-tool or expand its technology capacity by adding more slots. Yes. Just give me like a nice long gun and then I'll just upgrade it from there. What is that? What is that? Insect life. We now have insect creatures. If I see any of the bugs from Starship Troopers, I'm never going to that planet. Insect life. Discover giant beetles scuttling across planets and buzzing through the skies, as well as huge soft-winged butterflies fluttering to land on flora and terrain. Yeah, creative mode is going to get a lot more fun for people. And I see these giant Hercules-looking beetles. These are giant space Hercules beetles. And you can see them right here in the video. It might move a little bit slow since I have quite a few tabs up on other things. Hold on. Let me see if I can smooth that out. Alright, let me smooth that out. Get rid of some of these old pages. I was looking at some of these other I was looking at the No Man's Sky launch trailer, and it's just like, wow, this game has really made the biggest comeback in gaming history. Like, I know no other developer who was stuck with their game for this long and decided to improve upon it all for free without charging anyone for these upgrades. Because you would imagine there are a lot of greedy companies out there that will go out of their way to say like, well, we got brand new updates for the game, but how about $5.99 for this patch, for this upgrade DLC pack that lets you have like vehicles on the ground, or this other upgrade pack that makes it so that you can upgrade your ships or alien ships. No, Hello Game says no, we don't do that here, and just gives us everything for free. All these upgrades for the past 3 years and not a single cent was charged except for the base game itself, which is also on sale right now. I'm not endorsed by Hello Games whatsoever, but the game is good, and now is a great time to get into it. Wild robots, that's what it is. Synthetic creatures. What? Wild robots that aren't sentinels? Rare, uncharted planets are now home to synthetic creatures wandering wild across terrain on metallic legs. Someone has played Horizon Zero Dawn. Improved creature behaviors. In addition to the new burrowing, rolling, and flying creatures, flocking behaviors for all fauna has been improved. Herd sizes have been increased, and flying creatures can now be seen much closer to the ground, which makes it easier for some of us who try to take and scan in creatures flying in the air who are at least like, 15 miles out in space? Now they'll be closer to the ground. And now we got different sandworms. This is it, ladies and gentlemen. The very thing that we saw in the first trailer, first display of No Man's Sky back in 2016, they are real. They are in the game. Sandworms, devastatingly huge worm creature. You don't use the word devastatingly unless what we're seeing here is we're still not even remotely close to the sandworm itself. Even though the video is moving a little bit slow showing it, I cannot wait to get to a planet with giant sandworms on it. Devastatingly huge worm creatures now lurk beneath the planet's surface. Tread carefully. So this is pretty much turned into Dune. And now we've reached the end of pretty much the in-your-face patch notes, and now we have all of it down here. Whew. This is a long list, ladies and gentlemen. This is long, but this is great. And now you guys can read through each of these patch notes off to the side here. Planetary generation. New planets have been created in most star systems. Planets now generate much more varied terrain, including mountains 4 times larger than anything previously possible. Terrain generation for existing planets has not been affected, and player bases have not been reset, just like I said earlier. Planetary visuals. Planetary terrain rendering has been significantly improved. Planetary color diversity has been significantly increased. Planetary lighting diversity has been significantly increased. Large number of new planets, rocks, and other objects have been added to each planet type, over doubling the available diversity. In addition, scorched planets have a chance of becoming volcanically active. Lush planets also have a chance of becoming marshlands or swamps. Every planet has a small chance of becoming infected with bizarre alien growths. This generation change has been done in such a way that no existing planet will have its fundamental type or hazard change, which means that they've changed the planets, and at the same time, they haven't changed them. The way planets were beforehand, you're not going to be on an acid planet before this update, and then it turns into a blizzard planet afterwards. And then if you have a base on there, that gets wiped clean. No, the planets stay the same, but at the same time, they don't. PC players with planetary visual quality set to ultra will see grass and other decorative props rendered out to larger distances. A number of issues have been fixed that could cause patches of grass and other objects to pop out of existence when close to the player. And that's it for planetary visuals. Atmospheric visuals. The visual quality of cloud rendering has been significantly improved. The pattern of clouds seen on a planet from space now matches the environmental conditions on the planet. During storms, cloud coverage now increases and darkens. The clouds get dark when storms come up on a planet now. Why didn't you say that beforehand? I would have gotten out of my chair and jumped on my bed because excitement. Cloud coverage levels are now procedurally generated and vary from planet to planet. We no longer have, like, partly cloudy skies on a desert planet, partly cloudy skies on a toxic planet, partly cloudy skies on a blizzard planet. They're now all random and procedurally generated, which means no clouds are going to be the same on each planet, which is good, because that one dude that was saying, like, please fix clouds, he can't say that anymore. That meme is now officially dead. Cloud coverage level now varies over time, so clouds don't even stay the same size as the planet rotates. It changes. Clouds are fundamentally changed forever. What's going on, Sensei Nam? We're going through the last bit of the patch notes, and then the stream is going to end, and then I'm going to set myself up so I can start streaming the No Man's Sky update that just came out today. 10 gigs of an update, people. Star system visuals. Additional stars have been added to the universe. Some planets now have binary stars. There is a rare chance for a system to have ternary stars. Now, my knowledge on stars themselves, such as binary and ternary stars, are not all that great, so I don't know the difference. I'm probably going to look it up when I get the chance, just so I can brush up on my space knowledge. Planetary fauna. A large number of new, highly exotic creatures have been added to the universe. Some uncharted planets may contain planets that are populated by rare cybernetic life forms. The diversity of insect and flying life has been increased. The behavior and animations for flying creatures has been significantly improved. Flying and swimming creatures can now flock together. Creature generation has been reset. However, previous creature discoveries are now noted in the extinct section of the discovery pages. So, creatures that we knew beforehand, some of them are going to be registered as extinct because they no longer exist, but at least you have knowledge of what they were before they got removed. New cooking products have been added, reflecting the range of novel meats and other sustainably harvested ingredients made possible by the new creature types. Then, planetary weather. Good lord, these patch notes got me so hyped. I kind of just want to stop right now and just play the game, but I got to get the rest of this out for all of you peoples here in my chat right now, which is a pretty massive number. 16 people for a No Man's Sky patch note stream? You guys are amazing. Thank you. For all of you new people here, thank you. Look up Isaac Arthur or John Paul Goitier videos. Okay, I'll check those out. But for all of you guys who came out to just see me read through these patch notes, thank you. You guys didn't have to, but I'm grateful that you guys came by. Thank you. New weather and other atmospheric events have been added. Planets may experience shooting star and meteor storms. Shooting stars and meteor storms. Distant meteor showers are beautiful, but it is advised to avoid standing at the impact site. I wonder if meteors that fall to the ground have actual materials in them that you can harvest, which could increase the risk of getting close to a meteor shower. Lightning may now strike during storms, because I wonder what is the requirements to actually get struck by lightning. I'm curious now. There is now a rare chance that tornadoes can form during a storm. Some extreme temperature worlds may experience firestorms where the very surface of the planet may erupt in flame. Am I good? It said it just disconnected me. Did I miss out on any words? I'll go over the patch notes for it again. I'll go over the planetary for it again, just in case it does everything. New weather and other atmospheric events have been added. Planets may experience shooting stars and meteor storms. Distant meteor showers are beautiful, but it is advised to avoid standing at the impact site. Lightning may now strike during storms. There's now a rare chance that tornadoes may form during a storm. Some extreme temperature worlds may experience firestorms, where the very surface of the planet may erupt in flame. Anomalous planets may now experience strange gravitational events. During storms, the exosuit can now take advantage of the extreme conditions. Superheated temperatures can be processed into improved jetpack efficiency. Freezing temperatures prevent mining beam overheating. High radioactivity increases mining resources, and dense toxic clouds can be recirculated for additional stamina. And now we have planetary buildings. Previously empty planets now have a range of abandoned and/or ancient buildings. New colossal planetary archives have been added to the building generation. The archives contain the historical and literary records of the Gek, Korvax, and Vy'keen. So we can literally learn the history of the Gek, Korvax, and Vy'keen just by going to these enormous archives. The archives are also home to a large number of NPCs and shops. The archives contain mapping stations that reveal the presence of nearby ancient ruins. Ooh, for all you archaeologists out there who are playing in that playstyle, you just go to these archives and just be on your way. I love this so much, I really do. Valuable ancient artifacts may be exchanged at the archive. The presented artifact will be swapped for a different item, and its cultural exchange will be rewarded with standing. Ooh, so there's massive payoffs for being an archaeologist and just going out into space searching for ancient ruins. There's massive payoffs for it. Sandworms. Some planets are now home to colossal worms. Watch your step. Will they target you and go after you? That is the question. Because if it is, it's going to make going on planets a lot more hazardous. Traders. Trader ships now occasionally land on the planet's surface. They are no longer limited to space stations or places that have automatic platforms. These traders sell a range of exotic goods, including black market upgrade modules. Now, what makes black market upgrade modules different from regular upgrade modules? That is what we're going to find out when I get the stream started. The scrap dealer found at space stations will now exchange pugnium for rare or exotic contraband items. So, can't wait to take on a couple of sentinels here and there to see what we can get. User interface. And this is a bit of a long one. The game's interface has had a total visual overhaul, including the boot flow, all in-game menus and screens, and the analysis visor. The space station and planetary-based teleporter UI now match the interface used on the Space Anomaly. The teleporter interface now more consistently shows screenshots of the target base. The teleporter interface now displays information about the system or planet being warped to, such as weather or system economy. The discovery page now displays more information about where to find creatures. For example, locational information and active times of day are now listed. Makes it easier for us to find out where these creatures are and what time of day we need to go to or stick around to in order to find certain specific creatures. Really hoping for an analysis visor upgrade that makes it so we can just find them at a greater distance. But I'm not going to hold my breath on it just in case. I mean, I'm not really worried about it because I've already got the trophy for it, so I couldn't possibly care less because I done platinum the game. I'm not worried about it anymore. I just want to have fun with the game as much as possible, which is what we're going to do in a little while. The discovery page now allows filtering of star systems based on inhabitants or solar class. So there are different types of solar classes. There are solar classes of the red variety, the blue variety, and green variety, which I believe yellow being the most basic. And I believe green is the most rare, next in line with red, and then I think blue. I think it's actually green, blue, then red, and then yellow, in that order from rarest to most common. So it'd be nice to arrange these different planets and solar systems by their more rarer classes. Systems may now be hidden from the list of discovered systems. The Discovery Page System Planet View now displays more accurate information about player bases. A local information guide has been added to the mission log. This guide displays detailed information about your current planet or star system, as well as tracking the progress of your discoveries, which is nice. Planetary base markers now display the name of the base. Deleting a base from the base computer now has a warning element to help prevent accidental deletion. This is going to be good for people who may have done this on accident in the past. It now gives you a prompt to let you know, like, are you sure you want to delete your base before you make that final decision, rather than you just deleting it on the spot, which is going to be good because a lot of people spent a lot of time building their bases, and on occasion they may have a relapse and may not want to delete it on that spot. It just gives you a are you sure moment, which is good. A number of places in which the UI did not respect disabling press and hold have been fixed. Fixed a number of visual issues with the display of information on the galaxy map. The number of items in an inventory stack is now displayed in the pop-up header. A depth readout has been added to the player HUD when underwater, so now you can tell just how far underwater you are. Awesome. The game has gone from, in the beginning, being the game where your goal is to get to the center of the universe, to now being a game of, no, that's just an option. It's not necessary now. Now I just want to explore the depths of space forever. I never want to get to the center of the universe in No Man's Sky anymore. That's how I wanted to do at the beginning, and I actually got to it in one of my old streams that I have. It was a purge ending where you just wipe the slate clean and then you just restart a new universe all over again. But now they've added so much variety to the game as a whole that there's no reason why getting to the center of the universe is your only sole thing that you can do now. They've revamped the game. The game is no longer the same game that we got 3 years ago. This is a completely different game, and that's great. Photo mode. New photo mode filters have been added. Photo mode controls over fog and cloud density have been fixed and improved. Photo mode controls over vignettes have been fixed. Photo mode control over field of vision has been fixed and improved. Photo mode control of depth of field has been improved, with separate controls for focal depth and distance, which is good for those of you who are master photographers who want to get that very perfect shot. They've added more options and have pretty much improved everything, so it can even make your images pop, which I'm more than likely going to be seeing a lot of more photos on Twitter now being shot towards Sean Murray now. Photo mode now captures stormy conditions accurately. I'm going to try my best to capture some photos of storms and lightning strikes and stuff. Photo missions from the mission board now offer more assistance in locating an appropriate planet to take a photo. Wait, there's photo missions? I had no idea that you could go on missions that just take photos. You can literally be a space photographer and get paid for it. I had no idea. Man, I have not been playing this game all that often. Good lord. Crafting and items. A number of lesser used crafting products have been removed from the game. So basically whatever people weren't really using, they pretty much removed it because it literally has no use anymore. A small number of new crafting products have been added to replace them. Awesome. The number of specialist survival products have been reduced. The stack size for the remaining survival products has been increased. The stack size for glass has been increased. A range of new buried items have been added to planets. These can be found and processed to reveal a range of exotic and interesting new items. Yes, juicy. Fixed a number of issues with items being in the wrong place in the catalog. Then we have multi-tool upgrades. Multi-tools can now be upgraded at the multi-tool technology merchant aboard most space stations. And thankfully, I'm on a space station right now, so we get to see that firsthand as soon as I get the stream started. which will probably be after I eat, so maybe around 11, maybe 12. Most likely it's going to be at 12, just so I can give myself space, time to, right myself and get up, because I just woke up not too long ago. Can now be upgraded at the multi-tool technology merchant aboard most space stations. New inventory slots can be added up to a maximum size for the current class. So if you just max out the class of your multi-tools to the max, then you can get the maximum size for that class. So if you have like a rank C and it only gives you like 2 bars worth of space, upgrade that to S so you can get the maximum size. These slots cost a large number of units. Multi-tool class can also be upgraded for a significant amount of nanites. Multi-tool expansion slots allow the addition for an inventory slot for free. Find these upgrade circuits while exploring planets. Since we're going to be playing in creative, we don't need to worry about finding these modules, but you'll at the same time be able to see just how much it's going to cost if you play in a regular game. Portal interference. Portal interference for conventional portals have been removed. Players may now explore freely. Now we don't need to. I feel like this means, like, it doesn't say it outright here, but I feel like it means that we no longer need to get the resources in order to activate a portal. We can just activate it as fine where it is, and we can just go wherever we want now. After going through a portal, the return portal will remain active until you leave the planet. Your previous system is added to the list of available destinations at the space station teleporter. Other fixes, and then it goes into a massive long list, but we are almost done. Other fixes. Improve the handling of the third-person camera when on slopes to avoid the camera becoming stuck in grass. Reduce player and camera jitter in third person. Improve the performance of the third-person auto-follow camera when going up and down steep slopes, so that the camera attempts to adjust for the angle of the slope. Reduce the auto-center strength on the falling camera. Trade economies have been rebalanced so that the economy will be less affected by the mass selling of non-specialist items. Player freighters now supply power automatically to all base parts placed aboard them. So now you don't need to worry. Like, here's the thing. I haven't tried to build anything on my freighter in a very long time. And when I say long time, I feel like maybe a year and a half worth of me not building anything on my freighter. So maybe this means that people had to build different power sources in order to power certain things on the actual system itself. Now, this means that your freighter now provides power to those pieces that you build in your freighter itself. So you no longer need to build an external power source in order to power them. Just having them on your freighter has it power it by itself. And since freighters have unlimited power, it means that everything's going to be powered on there, which is nice. Fixed an issue that caused the mining speed bonus to not actually increase the speed of the mining laser. Fixed an issue on the Nexus participant screen that caused the player's name to be blank if they are not aboard the space anomaly. Added diminishing returns to resource extractors so that after building a large number of extractors in one place, the amount extracted by each new extractor is significantly less, because that's an easy way to farm if the amount that you gain from it never decreases, even if you increase the number of extractions that are on the actual piece you're trying to mine itself. Fixed an issue that caused the mode select screen to be invisible in ultra-wide resolutions. That sounds like something that is only specific to PC, because we don't get the option of ultra-wide on consoles. Ultra-wide seems like something that only happens on PC. Fixed an issue that caused the eye of the Korvax helmet to be black. Fixed an issue that prevented markers placed on crashed freighters from clearing. Fixed an issue that allowed players to delete a freighter storage room while standing inside it. Fixed a number of issues with base building parts looking incorrect when seen at a distance. Fixed an issue that caused the lighting inside large cylinder rooms to be overly bright. Fixed an issue that caused the text exotic to appear in some exotic to appear in some Nexus mission descriptions. Fixed an issue that prevented some abandoned ships from being claimed, even though there was no NPC with them. Fixed an issue that caused dead creatures to become embedded in the terrain. Fixed an issue that caused the lighting to be overblown on some rare props. Fixed an issue that caused underwater props to appear overly bright. Fixed an issue that caused the mining laser impact effect to stay active forever. I can imagine how that can be annoying. Fixed an issue that prevented some time-based missions from starting correctly. Fixed an issue that caused some mission UI elements to appear during war. Fixed a mission blocker that could occur when being awarded a product and technology recipe at the same time. fixed a number of interface errors that could occur during the process to upgrade an inventory, fixed an issue that caused an inventory transfer warning to pop up at inappropriate times. I kind of went through that when I was upgrading my ship in creative. It would constantly pop up transfer warning, even though it didn't really apply to the situation I was in. It would constantly pop up every time I tried to upgrade even one slot. So thankfully that means that that's no longer going to pop up if it does not apply to the current situation. Fixed an issue that caused the portable refiner to be missing its audio. Fixed an issue that could cause mission markers to fail to place correctly when the player was in an abandoned system. Fixed a number of issues that could cause Nexus missions to mark the wrong system. Fixed a number of occasions where Gex were referred to as it rather than they. Fixed a text glitch that could occur when leaving a technology shop. Fixed an issue where NPC pilots did not have their name above their speech box. Fixed an issue where players were always awarded Gex standing from some interactions, even if the interaction did not involve the Gek. So this game, in and of itself, favored the Gek more than anybody else. Fixed an issue where Nexus exploration missions would send players to planets without many creatures. Fixed an issue that caused the rarity description of creatures in the Discoveries menu to be incorrect. Fixed an issue that caused the flora and fauna description of a planet to be incorrect, e.g. saying there were abundant fauna when there were not. Planets will no longer be labeled as paradise if they have any hostile environmental conditions, which means that when it says paradise planets, it's an actual paradise planets. Not paradise planets that has an occasional super hot storm at 5 o'clock every day. No, paradise planets, which means the planets are perfect. Yes. Oh, can't wait for this. Fixed an issue that caused Starship Trail customizations to appear on other players' ships. Fixed a mission blocker that would occur when mining cadmium from the Soul engine. Fixed a number of issues when using the Steam overlay in VR. Fixed an issue that prevented the terrain manipulator's flatten mode from syncing in multiplayer. Fixed an issue that caused exploration frigates to display incorrect information when viewed through the analysis visor. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the No Man's Sky Origins patch notes. Woo! How long did that take me to get through? That took me an hour to get through. That is the patch notes, ladies and gentlemen. The game is now live with this update. I'm going to go ahead and set up my stream. I'm not going to get it started until around 7 o'clock. I mean, not 7 o'clock, 12 o'clock. I'm not going to get started until then. But I'm going to go ahead and set it up so that it'll be up and ready and waiting. But yo, the world of No Man's Sky has changed, ladies and gentlemen, and it's about to get a lot more fun. Oh, I cannot wait to see what things have changed once we get into the game itself. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to this patch notes reading with me. I didn't expect it to be this long, nor did I expect this many people to just straight up show up to this. So thank you, everyone. I am looking forward to what this game has to offer later this afternoon. With that being said, hope you all enjoyed. I cannot wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel, then maybe consider subscribing because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples!